Hello guys, HempKnight79 back with some more special videos for you. And today we're going to be doing a discussion on intelligence. And as always, before I get stuck into it, here's a message from our sponsor, Vault-Tec.
Following total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding of this great nation of ours may fall to you. That's why we at Vault-Tec have prepared these educational materials for you to better understand the 7 defining attributes that make you special. Our next area of attention is intelligence. With all the talk of physical survival in the wasteland, you may forget that sometimes it's survival of the smartest. An empty mind is a vessel for knowledge, and intelligence is the key to unlocking opportunity and adapting to your new world above ground. Your advanced know-how will grant you access to new places and new technologies. Space age, isn't it? Intelligent survivors are also more inventive, creating technological wonders of their own. Note that the S in science stands for safety. And when the tables are turned against you, don't be afraid to set aside your refined intelligence for the raw instincts of survival. Just don't lose your head. Advanced learning in the field of intelligence can offer even more benefits in this modern age of wonder. To start navigating with technological ease, keep blood where it belongs by healing in creating more potent chemical compounds from. Regularly study your Vault-Tec provided materials to prepare for survival. And to answer the question, do you know what makes you special?
So let's have a look at intelligence then. Got quite a bit of information there from that little video, so let's have a look at what we've got. So intelligence itself is a measure of your overall mental acuity, and it affects the number of experience points earned. Right, so I'm trying to think of other games. There's always something in RPG type games that boosts the XP you get. And not only does it boost your XP, but there's other things that you can do with this, with intelligence. Number of experience. So you're going to level up faster. So if you max out intel, you're going to level like a dream, opening up and unlocking more perk points by getting to certain breakpoints. So if I had an intel of 1, by the time I've got to level 10, someone with an intel of 10 could be level 20. I don't know how exactly it works. I don't know the percentages. I'm sure there's people out there that are doing the calculations or having a look at what it actually relates to there. So let's have a look at with having an intel of 1. We've got a 1-point perk here, and that's let Vault-Tec guide you. The path to your closest quest target is displayed in VATS. It's displayed on a little thing. You see where you've got enter, choose, tab, close. You get like a little map scroller at the bottom there, like you do in Skyrim and other games, and it's there. You can see it. You can also mark your map. In VATS, whether or not I do that, I mean, if it was to blow something up and there's a guy stood in front of it, and yeah, I wouldn't waste a perk. I don't know. I don't know its real world practicality within the game. Real world. I don't know its practicality within the game, but just on first sight of that, it's like, nah, I won't waste the point. Totally worthless, but I'm sure I'll be bitten on the backside for saying that. Right, so with Intelligence 2, Medic. Is there a doctor in the house? Stim packs restore 40% of lost health, and Radaway removes 40% of radiation. That's, yeah, They usually do 30 and 30. Okay, so that's rank 1 of that. Let's have a look at rank 2 of medic. Wow, 60% and remove 60. That's a big jump. That's doubling their effectiveness, essentially. You need level 18 for it. Rank 4, 80%. Definitely something worth picking up, that. Rank 4. You need to be level 49, but stim packs and Radaway restore all lost health and radiation and work much more quickly. Stim packs take feckin' ages. I've been in some fights where it's clutch and I'm ending up stim packing a couple of times and using purified water just to speed the process up. But it's a shame it's not instant, but I think that'd be a bit too powerful being instant. Yeah, this is definitely oops, wrong button. That's definitely something I am going to pick up as soon as possible, probably. There's been too many times where I've taken a lot of damage and I could do with that extra health. And so you get plenty of stim packs. Right, gun nut. This one. This is why I've got some. I've at least gone to intelligence 3, is to pick up gun nut. So it's shoot first, kill first, with access to base level and rank 1 gun mods. And it's got a total of 4 levels. So rank 2 gun mods, rank 3 gun mods, and rank 4 gun mods. Gun mods are things like scopes, and when you pick up like a pipe pistol, you can add bayonets to it. You can add heavier receivers so it increases the damage. You can reduce its recoil. You can increase its range and aim. There's a lot you can do with guns. Now, there are some basic mods that anybody with even 1 intelligence, there's basic mods that you can do. But then when you look at it and you look at some of the better stuff down the list, it's like, oh, it requires gun nut. Oh, it requires this and this. So I like tinkering. It's like the strength one, for the armourer. I like tinkering and I like upgrading. I really enjoy that kind of crafting aspect of RPG games. That's something, personally, I will be picking up every time I can. One of my first, on one of my main campaigns, my main playthroughs, my first point went into gun nut because I knew I was going to be doing some shooting within a couple of minutes. I thought, right, I've just gone round and demolished everything in Sanctuary. I've got loads of building materials. I've got everything that I need. And I went, yep, 1 level in gun nut, and let's get a really good pistol. And it made that mission easier. And it was Deathclaw. Even though Deathclaw was using the minigun eventually runs out of ammo. Deathclaw still had a bit of life left on him. I needed to switch to something, and I'd boosted. I can boost my pistol and do more damage to him with that. So, well, pistol being my choice of weapon. To me, a very important perk that I will be maxing out. But it's up to you. I mean, if you're a melee character, there's no point in picking up gun nut. What's the point? If you're only using a gun as a secondary option, then I wouldn't waste the perk points. But I think for most of us, we all like blowing and killing stuff with guns, so you need to pick that up, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Yeah, you're free to make your own, but yeah, pick that up. Just get it. Shut up. Stop moaning. Get it. Right, so we have Intel 4. We get access to Hacker. Knowledge in cutting edge computer encryption allows you to hack advanced terminals. And you can then do expert terminals with rank 2. And you can do master terminals at rank 3. And when hacking, you never get locked out of a terminal when things go wrong at rank 4. Very similar to the perception one for lockpicking, except it's for the security terminals. I've come across a couple, 2 or 3 security terminals, and they're handy to. I would imagine it's handy to have, but it's a handy to have, not a must have. Well, for the ones that I've come across so far, it's a handy to have, not a must have. But I don't know, later, maybe somebody can say that's playing the game, maybe later down the road there are some quests that you have to have hacking for. And levelling Intel to level 4, even if you've not put any points in it, it's only 3, so that's 3 levels plus another 4. That's 7 levels total to get this up if you've only started with Intel 1. But I can't see anybody starting with Intel 1, especially with the experience bonus. So potentially 4 perk points to get access to all the terminals and never be locked out. Yeah, it's probably worth picking up. Right, with Intel 5, Scrapper, Waste Not Want Not. You can salvage uncommon components like screws, aluminium and copper when scrapping weapons and armour. Now, weapons, I've always tended to get steel and nothing else. Now, I don't know how rare aluminium is. I know screws can be a pain in the arse. I've run out of those. And copper, I don't know. Now, I've been reading some guides, 10 things I wish I'd known before I started playing Fallout 4. And there's a lot of them say, save your copper, you'll need it. Save your copper, you'll need it. So, Scrapper is already starting to look quite appealing to me, to get more materials, to build better weapon upgrades, to build better armour upgrades, to make the playthrough of the game that little bit easier for you. And it's 2 points, it's 2 levels, it's not much. And for its utility, worth picking up. And that's going off what I've been reading. Right, so let's have a look at rank 2, level 23 required. You can salvage rare components like circuitry, nuclear material and fibre optics when scrapping weapons and armour. Items with favoured components are highlighted. The nuclear material shines out to me there in the fibre optics. Now, I've only come across one thing so far. I've played about 10 hours and I've come across one thing with fibre optics. I've come across 2 things with nuclear material. Nuclear materials needed to make weapon scopes and things like that. So to be able to get it from salvaging weapons, because there's plenty of weapons out there that you won't use, you'll be forever picking up weapons, taking them back and breaking them down. And if you can get nuclear material from them, I mean, you might even be able to make big boom explosives, things like that. 2 points, get it by level 23, pick this one up. This is one of those by when I hit level 23, so I will be grabbing this. Again, it's probably when I've got my sort of damaging perks sorted out, and the first spare perk point I've got sort of up to level 10, I'll be picking Scrapper up. 23, I'll have it finished. To me, that's a very important one. But I'm a gun nut. I like my guns, so to be able to build the extra scopes and things, I've not looked at melee weapons, so it's getting that nuclear material is quite handy to have. So, level 6 intellect. We get science, take full advantage of technology, advanced technology, with access to base level and rank 1 high-tech mods. So this is a bit like Gun Nut. Now, I've been looking at some of the weapon and armour upgrades, and not only does it need armourer, but it needs science as well. So even if you're just going to focus on melee weapons and your armour, there are some of the modifications you're going to need. They're going to need science. When you get your power armour, when you try to upgrade some of that power armour, you need science to do it. So again, it's a weapon and armour improvement skill. Pick it up. In your builder plan out that you're going to need science. You're going to need 4 points for science. Let's see what the different ranks do. So it's rank 2 high-tech mods, rank 3 and rank 4. So it's level 41, level 28 for rank 3, level 17 for rank 2, and level 1 and 6 intelligence for rank 1 science. Definitely one you need to pick up. Right, Chemist. Any chems you take last 50% longer. Far out. Hippie. Right, some chems out there, like for example, the one I was discussing in one of the previous videos, Jet, slows time for 10 seconds. With Chemist at rank 1, it slows time for 15 seconds. Chems now last twice as long at rank 2. Jet lasts 20 seconds. That's a long time to be slowing time for. And it's 20 seconds real time you're slowing time for. And that slow time, as I said, made a very difficult fight considerably easy for me, because I was able to get into position. I was able to get the drop, and I was able to get the headshots in VATS before the guy even turned round, and then I was able to get back round the corner. It's like you move super fast. You go zip, bam, 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 move back behind cover. And they won't even turn on you. They won't have even seen you do it. So even just for Jet, that for me, it's worth picking up. And Chemist, any chems you now take last an additional 150%, so that would be, wow, 25 and 200%, so that would be, wow. Yep, that's worth picking up. Definitely. there's some really powerful chems out there as well, I would imagine. And, you know, if you tie it in with the endurance skill where you don't get addicted to them, you can just keep nailing it. If you work out how to make them, where to get the materials, there might be things that you can grow yourself, so you've got a constant supply of them and you're constantly stimmed up. If you get to that point, you're going to be wanting Chemist. Yeah, definitely grab. Again, depends on how you're playing the game, but me, I'll be picking that up just for Jet alone. Now, level 8 intellect. Machines will always serve humans. If you have anything to say about it, hack a robot and gain a chance to power it on or off, or initiate a self-destruct. I've come across one robot so far, and I tried to pickpocket it and it obliterated me. But it was handy to have because there was a load of ghouls, and whenever ghouls got anywhere near me, it obliterated the ghouls. I've not, as I say, that's the only robot I've come across, but I've heard there's much more later on in the game. So I'll hold judgment on this one at the moment, but I see its potential use. It's 3 points, so let's have a look. So you incite it to attack and you can give it specific commands. So it's like the beasts and the pets and the humans one from Charisma. So it's the equivalent of the science typey one. So, you know, if you had high intellect and high charisma, you're going to be able to say, right, and when things attack you, go, no, don't attack me, attack them instead. So, yeah, it's got potential uses. Very good potential uses. Again, probably one that if I've got spare points lying around, I'd maybe pick that up. Right, with 9 intelligence, we get the nuclear physicist. You've learned to split the atom and command it. Radiation weapons do 50% more damage, and fusion cores last an extra 25% longer. There's plasma weapons out there that I believe do quite a lot of damage, so if you're dealing with the plasma weapons and also the fusion cores, you know, if you find that you're in the power armor a lot, this is going to be worth picking up just to keep yourself on the go. So let's have a look at rank 2 of nuclear physicist. Okay, radiation weapons do double damage and 50% longer on fusion cores. And fusion cores can be ejected from power armor like devastating grenades, and fusion cores last twice as long. Alright, so you get yourself like a little grenade launcher. And I like the idea of that. Yeah. Especially if you look, you tie it in with this one down here, Pain Train. While wearing power armor, sprinting into enemies hurts and staggers them. If you've got, you know, you max that out, you knock them down. Huh? So there's a group of enemies, you go charging into it, knock them all down, and then eject the core, and boom. I like it. I'm probably going to do it. Yep, I'll be picking that up. It needs high level. It needs quite high. Well, it's level 26. Well, what level does this need? Oh, level 50. So at level 50, yeah. The thing is, I've heard that one thing is that fusion cores, they're not infinite. You know, there is a finite number of them, and whether or not you'd actually want to blow up your core. I think if you got mobbed and you were gonna die in your power armor, and there's things all over you because you haven't controlled the flight, or because you've just been unlucky and got jumped on, yeah, it's gonna be a lifesaver. So yeah, I think again, it's situational on how you play. If you're going to spend your life in power armor, possibly worth picking up. Or if you find yourself, you got to a quest area and you can't get through because there's too many enemies, you could potentially go and put on your power armor to get the boost in stats, run into them all and blow them all up with the fusion core, and just leave the power armor there and come back and get it another day. So it's got potential uses. Again, I don't know, later in the game maybe. This one I really love the idea of for intelligence 10 is nerd rage. Genius is angry. When your health drops below 20%, time slows and you gain plus 20 damage resistance and do 20% more damage while the effect lasts. Depending on how long it lasts for, that's like getting Jet with extra bits and damage resistance and damage to them, but you're low on health anyway. But again, I've had some clutch moments where I've dropped really low on health, and if I had nerd rage, I'd be able to just rip in. So let's have a look at the other ranks. So at rank 2, it's 30 damage resistance and 30% more damage, while nerd rage is in effect. You need level 31. And the next one is level 50, 40 damage resistance and do 40% more damage while Nerd Rage is in effect. Kills you make while enraged restores some lost health. That's, yeah, I like that. I think when I get to level 50, that's something that I will definitely make sure that I pick up. Yeah, that's definitely something that I will focus on when I'm getting towards sort of the end and level 50. Whether I pick them up early on, because I'd have to spec into 10 intellect. But there's, you know, an intellect build character. That's, if you're putting 10 intellect from the get-go, pick Nerd Rage up. It's like getting a free jet when you drop low on health. And there's a couple of times early game you're going to drop low health. So it's going to help you stay up and help you survive. So that's a definite pickup in my opinion. But yeah, there's intellect. Yeah, a few there that I probably wouldn't personally. You know, this can wait. If you can't get in somewhere, then fine, go somewhere else, do some leveling up, and come back to it later when you've got Hacker. Gun Nut definitely pick up. Medic definitely pick up. Vans, that's a wasted perk point to me. Why I wouldn't need to see the path to my closest target is displayed in VATs. I don't know. When it's displayed on your map and it's displayed on your compass bar at the bottom of the screen anyway, and there's a blooming big square in the middle of your screen normally, it's displayed normally. Why you'd want it in VATs as well, I don't know. Maybe if someone's got a reason why, please leave it in the comment below. I'd be interested to see if there is a reason why you'd need to pick that up. Scrapper, very, very handy, but I think more later in game when you're building more complex modifications, so I won't go picking that up too early. As I said, science, you will need that for some of your more complicated upgrades for your weapons, so have a look through. You know, when you're next in the game, just have a walk up to your workstations and have a look to see whether or not you want science to go with your armourer and your gun nut. Chemist, again, depends how addicted to the chems you've got and how ready a supply you've got. Robotic expert, same as the ones with charisma. Nuclear physicist, pick it up when you've got radiation weapons. There's no radiation weapons that I've seen so far early in the game, and the limited amount of fusion cores, the one fusion core that I've got has already run out. So again, depends how much of your life you spend in power armor. I think if you don't plan on using power armor that often, it's probably not worth picking up until you do actually get a radiation weapon, which is the plasma weaponry. Nerd Rage, if you've got 10 intellect, pick it up. Simple as. It's a must-have when you've got 10 intellect. So, I mean, if I was to build a 10 intellect character that started off with 10 intellect, I think my first level up, I'd probably pick up Nerd Rage. That just the damage reduction and the slow time would help you get out of some really sticky situations. So yeah, what do you think, guys? Am I on the ball with that? Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. I'd be interested to see what you have to say about that. And as always, I hope you found this informative and it helps you with designing your character and doing your playthrough. And if you did enjoy what you saw, please do hit that like button. And as I always say, subscribing to my channel, you'll be kept up to date with any further videos that I upload. So again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.